How's it going, guys? My name is Hector Roman. I'm a tattoo artist and owner of Constant Pressure Tattoo located in Merritt Island, Florida. Here's my work and here's the shop, and the links are down there to follow, like, and subscribe. In this video, we're going to get into 5 main ways of marketing yourself as a tattoo artist on Instagram. Now, I know that Instagram seems like a very intimidating field, especially in 2024. Everyone and their mother's on Instagram, both as content creators and then content consumers. And a lot of times as tattoo artists, we feel like we want to be focus on our tattoos. It's the main reason why we do it. We don't want to sit here and take photos and focus on all this editing and other complicated things. We just want to focus on our tattoos, 100% devoted to our clientele. And I understand that. And the only thing that's unfortunate with that is the reality of the future of this field and landscape is that we're going to have to essentially become content creators. And people hear the word content creator, they hear of like those dorky douchebags in LA that film and dance and do all this TikTok. And I think that's a very misconstrued way of what content creating is, and this is where this video is going to come in to help. So again, like I said, 5 tips on how to help. There are no specific orders, so make sure you watch the whole video, and if I were you, I would also have a notepad ready to take notes so that way you can apply these tips to your content creating and help grow not only your following but also your bank account. Starting with 5, when it comes to marketing, you have to understand your audience. And there's 2 points to that. One is understand who you want to market to, but also understand who you can market yourself away from. And an example is this: you want to be an American traditional tattoo artist. A lot of people say, post what you want to do, post what you want to do, post what you want to do. And it works for the people who already have their books booked out. You have a bunch of successful artists with 50,000, 60,000, 70,000, 100,000, very successful. They've made it to the pinnacle of tattooing, and they tell everyone, just post what you want to do, which is fine. But what happens is a younger tattoo artist, maybe your first, second year, third year tattoo artist, sees that and goes, all right, cool, I'm just going to post American traditional work. And if you work in a walk-in shop and you have a set clientele already, then fine, go for it. But unfortunately, not everyone's there. A lot of times we struggle and we feel, why aren't we booking out? Why aren't we getting more clientele? And it's because you're only posting American traditional tattoos. If you're only posting that, that's all you're going to get. And especially if you work in a small town or an oversaturated city, why would they go to you if they can get the same thing someone else has? What makes you so different than someone else who also does American traditional tattoos? That's where posting diverse work matters, and we'll get into that later. But understand that it could work into bringing more clientele, but also can keep you from getting clientele that can pay your bills. If you're sitting here thinking or struggling that you can't fill out your books, look at what you're posting already. Is it diverse work or is it just one thing? And could diversifying the posts help out? Now, inversely, you are booking consistently and you're wanting to start focusing on one specific work, like neo-traditional, Japanese, so on and so forth. Well then, post that. If you're complaining about not getting that work, check your feed. Are you posting that work? Are you posting Japanese traditional tattoos when you really want to do anime tattoos? Are you having a consistent feed of neo-traditional tattoos when all you're doing is black work and cover-ups, right? This is where it seems very basic, but it can get past this. I know for me, in the beginning, I posted a bunch of tattoos, a bunch of different work, a bunch of stuff, and I just really love doing Japanese tattoos and neo-traditional work, and I couldn't really find much of that because thankfully I was a lot better at black and gray realism, so I posted a lot of black and gray realism. Thankfully it paid my bills, but I felt like I was hindering my progress in the style I wanted to do because I didn't post it. Once I made the switch to posting just that, I ended up getting a plethora of that clientele, and then when I want to switch it to Japanese, I make sure I post Japanese work, and that gets me the Japanese clientele. No one's going to get something tattooed from you that they haven't already seen you do. It's just the name of the game. Tattoos are permanent. They want to get work from someone they know can execute that work. So, leading it from that, we're leading into 4. Create diverse content. Now, what does that mean? It means don't just post one thing. A lot of times as artists, I especially realize that we post the same thing over and over again. It's a picture of a tattoo, today's tattoo, pictures of today's tattoo, and then thanks for looking. It's the same thing over. And what happens is on Instagram, the algorithm catches that and just ends up going, all right, cool, nothing new, nothing to see here. It doesn't shadow ban you. However, if it doesn't push you forward in other people's feeds. Remember, you're trying to put your work and self in front of other people to see so they can book with you. But if you're posting the same caption, the same hashtag, the same thing, Instagram marks that as a spam or bot account, and they end up taking your posts not down, but essentially not pushing them forward. And on the flip side, I've had clients come to me and I've asked them like, hey, what can I do differently? They've come to me and said that they only like my post because they know me personally and they support me, but they just swipe by it because nothing's grabbing them. So diverse content is understanding Instagram's algorithm is really liking Reels. The algorithm changes. And there's plenty of videos on the algorithm. I'm not an algorithm expert. I just know what worked for me was I would do Reels. Short form content Reels, 9 seconds with a long caption. And then what that does is while the reel is playing and replaying, which is good for the algorithm, it shows that you're hooking the clients in or hooking the viewer into your video and going, wow, that guy's interested in it. Let me show you more. That was one thing that worked. I made the caption longer as to why I love Japanese, or the Japanese stuff I would make informative content on. Like if I tattooed a koi fish, what a koi fish means. If I tattooed a namakubi, what a namakubi means. And that was interesting to clientele. Another way to diversify your content is posting carousel photos. Single post photos are a thing of the past, and they're not going to work out and lead you to success in Instagram into 2024. Carousel photos where it's a photo and then another one, or what works even better is a photo and then a video. So what happens is, and what that does is kind of similar to the short video long caption, is you have a photo post, swipe it, that shows that they are already hooked and they want more of your content by swiping. So then Instagram's going to go, oh, well, they want to see more of you, let's give them more of you. So they swipe and then they stay on that video. The longer they stay on that video, it shows that that has hooked them in. And again, they want to see more. So the more they want to see of you and the more you can hook an audience towards your content, the more Instagram will push. But if they're just swiping and going, oh, cool tattoo, boom, like, just a quick like and go, just because someone likes your content doesn't mean Instagram will push it to them. Because again, a like is as quick as double clicking and passing. You don't want just a quick swipe. You want to hook them and keep them there. And again, engagement is a like, but I mean you want them stuck and glued to their screen, and giving Instagram a reason, or the Instagram algorithm gods a reason to go, all right, cool, let's push him. His content keeps them on their app. Again, this sounds overcomplicated, but it's as easy as taking your phone, which is what this is being filmed on right now, hooking it up to our halo lights or ring lights. There's always, there's one I have right here that's lighting us. It has an adapter or a connection to my phone. Hit and record while you tattoo and putting a time lapse. You don't have space for that, then post a small video of you tattooing or a close-up of you of the cartridge hitting the skin. It doesn't have to be good quality. It works. ASMR, get a speaker or a microphone, put it next to your machine. Get the ASMR guys going, whatever that means. But there's no such thing as not enough content. There's no such thing as there's already too much tattoo content. If that was the case, then TikTok dances would not be popular. There's hundreds of those and people are still hooked to it. Cooking videos wouldn't be a popular thing right now. People want to see it. Give them a reason to see you as opposed to the person next to you. And that's where diversifying that content you create separates you and sets you above the rest. Now that you're creating diverse content, the next step is to remember you're creating content for clients and not artists. In the tattoo industry, me personally, I know I still do. I love it when another artist likes my work. That's why I always support artists. I always I comment, I share. If something's really good, I tell them it's really good. I don't go, oh, that guy's better than me. I don't want to let him know that because it's going to get no. I'm not here to impress other artists, and I know no one's there to impress me. My opinions of their tattoos doesn't always matter. Just like theirs wouldn't to me, unless there's obviously mentors and people that I look up to, and I would love nothing more than for them to give me the validation of being an artist, and that's just me as a human being. But I know I'm not making content for them. They don't pay my bills. The artist you're competing with and have in your head as your competition or just what oh, I'm gonna post this painting so you can like it. They don't pay your bills. If they buy your painting, awesome. But remember, you're making content for clients to see and go, I would love to get tattooed by him. If that's your thing, is you want to make content for other artists to like, sure, be my guest. But you're not gonna book out many clientele that way. And it's just not going to lead to the best mental health practices moving forward and constantly just going, oh, what's my neighbor thinking? What's my neighbor? Remember, you're doing this for you. You're doing this so you could have a successful career, so you could end up having an amazing life as a tattoo artist. It's a job that is crazy to even think is a job. It's an incredible opportunity to create, meet amazing people, and be an amazing person. So I don't want this to be confused with, oh, screw that guy, I don't need to. No, it's a healthy environment. I have artists that I send my work to and go, hey man, what do you think? or mentor that I go to, and I make sure that I create work in hopes that he would also like. But I also remember, and he knows that too, I'm not making content for him. That my Instagram posts and videos are not for the vanity of these posts and go, oh my God, I feel so cool. No, I don't. If I could, I would delete Instagram tomorrow. But it's just the name of the game, and I have to, as a business owner and as an entrepreneur and a tattoo artist, take advantage of that and understand that 20 years ago, they would have never dreamed of a field of Instagram where you can market yourself for free. You have eyes on you no matter what. Someone's going to see your post. Consistency is key. And creating content for clientele switches up the game and makes everyone have their eye on you. Here's a good example. How many times have someone walked in your shop and said, wow, I didn't know you were the artist? You know, not because they didn't understand that you could be an artist, but because you never post your face. No one knows what you look like. No one knows what you sound like. No one knows anything about you personally, which if that's the way you want to live, awesome, live your life that way. But you're going to lose a lot of clientele that way also. It's pretty nerve-wracking to get a tattoo from some people nowadays, and if you show your face and go, hey, this is who I am, this is why I like tattooing, talk on tattooing. That could be a shtick. Turn on the camera and talk about how much you love tattooing. Nothing means more to someone than someone who's passionate about their project. If I had a tattoo artist I was going to and I found out he loved the project he was doing, that would make me even 10 times more excited to go to him, even motivate me to go to him even more. So now that we're creating content for clientele, to me, this is the most important one, and it's something that you can't really put an emphasis on. It's just be consistent. Don't be motivated by the likes, comments, and whatnot you get on the video. Consistently post, because it's not going to happen overnight. And if it does, it's still going to take a while for you to go viral, if that's your goal, or just book out your clientele. It's going to take time, especially if you're in your first year, second year. It might happen tomorrow. It might happen 10 years from now. It might not ever happen. But what you can ensure is that there will be clientele coming through the door. Not every like equals a client. Not every comment equals someone coming in your door. Remember, you're not posting for likes. You're posting for the sake of business. The more people engage with you, the better it will be. But remember, it's going to take some time. Just like tattooing, you weren't the artist you are now on day one. There was an apprenticeship phase. There was a learning phase. There was a growing phase. There was a making an error. You learn from your mistakes and you move on, and it's going to take a while. Even now, I'll be the first to say I don't have many followers, but what I can tell you is I've been consistent, and it's allowed me to book myself only tattooing for a short amount of time to consistently book out every 3 months that I open up my books. And I've been lucky enough to know that it's with the consistency of going. It wasn't like this in the beginning. I was having a lot of trouble in the beginning, and I definitely got down on myself because I was like, oh, I don't have enough likes. I don't have enough this, or I don't have enough that, or this, and that. And it's just like, just don't worry about what's going on right now. Just know that you're setting yourself up for success later, and that the clientele will come with the work ethic you put in. There's not much complication to that one. I'm probably not going to beat that one into a pulp or beat a dead horse with it. It's just be consistent. It's going to happen eventually. Just don't give up. So now, with consistency, you need to have what's called a return on investment. And without investing in yourself, you can't end up getting any results. So this is where pretty controversial and it's debated on whether or not they work, but ads. The reason why I'm a big believer and promoter of ads is not only have they helped me succeed and grow my clientele base, but they've allowed me to reach people outside of my follower base or my organic reach. Think about even trying to remember what you viewed on Instagram today on your feed. It's very, very hard. But I bet you everyone's had this one instance happen where you just keep seeing the same ad over and over and over again. I personally have done it. I've seen an ad and I'm like, all right, great, another ad. But you know what that does is essentially puts your face in front of a client. And anyone, and just kind of to help you out here, anyone that blocks you, unfollows you because of an ad was never going to be your client in the first place. So be grateful that they didn't waste your time and already unfollowed you. You're going to get a return on investment on those, but it depends on how you approach them. Don't just post an ad on any photo. Take your most positively performing post. That should be an ad. Every post that's gotten, just take the last 3 months, 3 of your top posts, those should be ads. They should be now booking ads. They should be ads that inform the clients or the possible future client who you are, what you do, what you offer, and what's your style of work, or what's your plethora of work. Very easy stuff like for example, I post now booking. And with my now booking, I post my booking policies, how to reach me, how to do all that stuff. Just very easy and common, frequently asked questions Client gets everything he needs. He can either swipe, move, or whatever. And a lot of times I have a message button on the bottom, like, oh, send message. I don't really go make ads for followers. I make ads for engagement, just like sending a message. So that way, once a client sends me a message, I already got them hooked and I end up creating a conversation. If someone sends me a message like, oh, great work, I don't go, thank you, and end it. I don't want to waste my client's time. So if I get a, hey, I love your work, I make sure I tell them how much that means to me. Oh, great, thank you so much, I appreciate it, means the world to me. And I tell them, I essentially repeat that ad, hey, I'm currently booking for March through April. Would you like to get in my books before they close? Just like that. It's an open-ended question. It doesn't end the conversation shortly, and it shows that I've engaged and I have shown my appreciation to them reaching out. It means that it takes a lot for someone to reach out for you, let alone a tattoo artist. Tattoo artists are very intimidating at times. I know for me, they were intimidating to reach out to. I was nervous because a tattoo is scary. It's permanent. It's not something to take lightly. So I know when someone reaches out to me for a tattoo, just like when I reach out for a tattoo, it is something important to me, and I treat it as such. Like I said, ads are very controversial. Some of them work. I know for me, they personally do work. It's what I've done. I do it every now and then. Whenever a post of mine does blow up and does well, I turn that into an ad, and thankfully I've gotten a good return on my investment. It's allowed me to be a successful artist, booking out, making clientele, allowing me to set and book travel dates with conventions, and I foresee it helping me grow as well further, and I hope these have helped you as well. If you apply at least one of these things to your daily content creating routines, it's going to help you out. Always create content, plug your phone in, record it. Don't worry about what anyone else says. You're going to not worry, and I'm going to tell you right now, you're not going to worry about what they say when you're being able to pay your bills and live your dream with tattooing because of the content you create. So if that's helped, please hit the like button, comment, subscribe, share this with someone that you know that could use this. I know I wish I had it. It was very helpful, and I'm glad that I've used these tips to help not only myself, but my shop as well. So thank you guys. I'll see you next time.